One of the factors determining how well you deliver a message in public speaking is your skill in using vocabulary. Getting adept at this specific aspect requires many more in-depth lessons, but this short video can walk you through the principles of employing vocabulary in a speech to get you in the right mindset for further learning. Without further ado, let's get started with this lesson from the course What Makes a Good Speech? By Mount2 Speak. Your vocabulary skill can be measured in terms of the flexibility, precision, and effectiveness of your word choice and usage. Since vocabulary is so diverse with many shapes and forms from nouns, adjectives, and verbs to phrasal verbs, collocations, idioms, and a lot more, it would take quite some time for you to master all the lexical resources. But learning to use vocabulary effectively is essential in improving the clarity, coherence, and impact of your speech. Before looking at how you should use vocabulary, let's talk about the common mistakes to watch out for. Remember, your job as a speaker is to convey your message, and vocabulary is just the means to help you do so. Therefore, don't overuse vocabulary. While using a variety of vocabulary can be attractive, overusing it can make your speech sound contrived or unnatural. Also, avoid using jargon or technical terms that may confuse your audience. It's important to use vocabulary that is appropriate for the topic of your speech, yet complex or specialized language can make your message difficult to understand. Slang is another thing to refrain from, as this informal language can be difficult for some to understand and can make you appear unprofessional, damaging your credibility as a speaker. Ultimately, don't try too hard to impress the audience by showing off your fancy vocabulary. This is a speech, not a language test. Using too many big or sophisticated words can be counterproductive, as it may make you sound pretentious and distract your audience. Things could be even worse if you use them inaccurately. Instead, use vocabulary in moderation and balance it with clear, simple language to ensure that your speech is easy to understand and engaging. So, what can you do to improve your usage of vocabulary in your next speech? Firstly, consider your audience and the purpose of your speech when choosing your words. Using vocabulary that is appropriate for the audience and aligns with the purpose of your speech will help to ensure that your message is clear and effective. Secondly, strive to use concrete, specific words rather than abstract, general ones. Using concrete language helps to paint a clear picture for the audience and can make your message easier to grasp. Thirdly, if you do use jargons and sophisticated words, use them in moderation and balance them with clear, simple language to ensure that your speech is easy to understand and engaging. Fourthly, use a variety of vocabulary to keep your speech less repetitive and more interesting. This can include using different nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs, or figurative language, such as metaphors and similes, to add color and imagery to your speech. Finally, it's important to practice and rehearse your speech to ensure that you are using vocabulary effectively. This will help you to become more comfortable with the words and phrases in your speech, and will also allow you to make any necessary adjustments to improve the clarity and impact of your vocabulary. Mount2 Speak can help you practice using vocabulary more effectively. Every time you make a speech on our software, you can get a report of the vocabulary you have used for further assessment. Go to mount2speak.com and try it out yourself. As always, thanks for tuning in, and see you in the next lesson.